Krista Recker is on the line with us now, and I just want to say good morning to you, Krista.
Good morning.
Tell us about your River Road Farm.
Well, we're located down in Jacobson, which I don't know if everyone knows where Jacobson is, but it is about 20 miles south of Grand Rapids and 16 miles east of Hill City. We grow vegetables and fruits, and then this year we added our CSAs.
What kind of vegetables and fruits do you grow?
Oh, we grow just an alphabet list of everything. Everything from sweet corn to green beans, carrots, cantaloupe, cauliflower, celery, the cucumbers, lettuce, parsnips, peas, pumpkins, radishes, watermelons, all the herbs.
So you have quite a lot going on at the farm, I assume, with all those things growing there.
Yes, we do. We have quite the fields this year, and they all look so great this year. Both my husband and I are very happy.
Oh, well, that's good. I was going to ask you how, this kind of what I would say a little bit late spring. How has that affected you?
Actually, in our eyes, it's actually been a pretty great spring. We had that cold snap for a while, but we're pretty sandy loam, so we were able to, there was just enough amount of rain that we were able to, get out in our fields early. My husband was able to get them all worked up, and then we started. It was beginning of April. We planted our onions, gladiolas, and potatoes. And those are the first things that we stuck into the ground, and they just took off.
Wow, how many acres do you have at River Road Farm?
Our total property is just shy of 80 acres, but the garden size, which is just right, pretty much right around the house, that is just over about 4 acres.
And how did you decide to start with the community-supported agriculture?
We took this winter, we took a class, Farm Beginnings, and that was over at the Fond du Lac College. And that is where we heard a lot and learned a lot about all the farmers, in the northern Minnesota area that were doing CSAs. And it's something that both my husband and I felt that it would fit, really well into our farm, and that, there's a lot of people that we would be able to provide produce to in the area.
Yeah, how do you get started with a CSA?
Well, you kind of, we had a good idea of what we were able to, capable of. We had been doing farmers markets for quite a while, so we knew, it wasn't like we were going in blind. We knew what we were capable of. We knew we could grow the produce, and so from there, it was just a matter of getting the word out that we're adding our CSAs this year, and really educating people about what is community supported agriculture.
Yeah, is there a lot of interest, do you think?
Yes, there is. There has been a lot, and my husband and I, we only took on, just a few to get a grasp of, even better idea about CSAs. And, we ended up turning away a lot of people in hopes that those people will be added next year, as long as they still want to do it. So,
what have people received in their distribution so far from your CSA?
Well, this week is going to be our first week for our boxes, and the projected produce that they'll get will be lettuces, all the different lettuces that we have, radishes, rhubarb, some herbs that we're going to be getting, and I think that's it, and then maybe a few leeks. So that's what kind of sums up the box this week.
Wow, that sounds great, though. Sounds very fresh.
We're getting very close. My husband and I were out in the field last night, and we were walking through our pea patch, and we ended up seeing tons and tons of white flowers. So a couple more weeks, and we should have some peas come in. So
now, beyond the CSA, you also sell at some farm markets in the area as well, don't you?
Yes, we're also going to Grand Rapids Farmers Market and the Hibbing Farmers Market. We also do sell out of our farm, and then we do the CSAs too. So,
sounds like you have your hands full now. Do you and your husband, you told me earlier, both work outside of the farm. How is that for you with all the, with all the responsibility of growing all this produce and having a job in the summer? It must be very busy.
Yeah, we stay pretty busy. We try to balance it. We get up. During the spring when we have the greenhouse full. We get up, make sure everything's watered. We try to predict what the weather is going to be. That day, is it going to be cool where we should leave the sides down, or is it going to be too warm? Should we leave the sides up? But most of the time that we do that is we leave the greenhouses open, make sure everything's good and watered, and then make sure that anything that is in the ground, if it's going to be too cool or too warm, that everything out there is good and watered also.
Yeah.
And then my husband, he works 4 days a week, so he's off Fridays, which he's able to go to Hibbing's Farmer Market because their market is Tuesdays and Fridays. So that's really great that he gets that day off, and we're able to do that market as well.
So do you do the Grand Rapids Market on Saturday?
Yes, we're there on Saturdays.
So you do Hibbing on Friday and Grand Rapids on Saturday. How can people recognize you at the farmers market?
Actually, we have a banner on our canopy, then it says River Road Farms.
Yeah, are you planning to expand your CSA shares, or what do you think?
Over time, yes. This year, we're just doing the few that we took on, and next year, if everything goes well, both Neil and I feel really great about how everything went. We'll probably expand greatly to the number of CSA shares that we'll offer.
Wow. So, and then you also have a greenhouse, at least one greenhouse on your property, it sounds like.
Yep, we have one greenhouse, and then last year we did have the frame of a high tunnel, but we just never got around to putting plastic on. And that this year we grew so many plants that we ended up getting plastic, and then we were using that for growing as well as things got bigger in our seeding greenhouse. We moved things out and then put that in our other greenhouse. And then as soon as everything, as things were getting planted, that greenhouse, the new greenhouse was emptying out. And so then we decided to rototill that up, and we're using it as a high tunnel also, which we put tomatoes and hot peppers in there.
Wow, so you'll probably have a little extended season for those things then.
Yeah, that will be a big help. Last year we had a hard time with our tomatoes, with it being so cool. We didn't get them until very late, and then after that, and then it came late, and then the frost was a threat, and so we were worried, keeping them covered and away from the frost. That was a challenge. So this will be nice that we'll have a good crop of tomatoes this year.
Well, Krista, thank you for talking with me this morning about your farm, and good luck with your CSA and with your farmers market and your farm sales. How do people again find your farm if they want to come and get produce from you?
If they want to come, just if you're coming from Grand Rapids, just go south on the River Road all the way to the very end, which is about 20 miles, and we're right there on the left, big red barn and the big blue house.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.